Good morning, everyone. Well, I hope you all had a great Christmas. It's the 27th of December, so coming up to New Year's. Just a little quick update. Now, you may remember a couple of months ago, just after we went and did the national-wide protests against orangutan, that I had gone to Hawera and tried to help my friend Paula try and get her family heirloom air rifle back from the Hawera police. Now, this air rifle was never taken from her, okay? It was when Paula first started to decide to help out and advocate for other people going through problems with orangutan and having their children kidnapped, that she decided best not give the police any reason to call round and cause any problems, so she handed in her air rifle. Now, this air rifle is old, it's broken, it doesn't work, and it's one of the very few things, if any, that she still has from her deceased husband that she wants to pass on to her son when he's a bit older. So she handed this gun in, air rifle, toy, broken toy. She handed this air rifle into the Hawera police several years ago. Now, when we went in there to Hawera police station, and a little bit of the clip here for you, just so you can refresh your memory. Pardon?
I didn't really need my handbag.
It's all good.
Hello there. I've come to claim a couple of my items. One is an air rifle that I handed over in 2017, right, and the other is a pair of boots that was taken on a charge. Taking the gun, it's a family heirloom.
Yeah.
So he's leaving for Auckland tonight, taking the gun with him. It's my dead husband's gun. It's the heirloom for my son.
But it won't get released back to
They
him.
won't release it to me.
I'm just going to take it and hold on to it until the son's old enough to get it.
Today's the only day, and not to be difficult, I'm not putting pressure on. Fingers crossed.
There's nothing you can do
Yeah,
because it's out of your
fingers
hands.
Information on, but as I can't force someone to make a phone call.
And we can always put.
Could you ring me? Well, could I ask you to ring me when Kyle gets back then?
Yeah, I could absolutely do that.
Fabulous. You've got my number there?
If he's here by 4. If he's here, because
like I say, 4 o'clock's the cut-off.
5 o'clock.
Exactly.
I'm out of here at 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
you leave at 4.
yeah,
Okay, so what's your name, love? Toria.
And what's the time? Sorry, I just.
Time is currently 2.
2. Yeah. So if we pop back any time between 3:30, then we're going to have an answer, yay or nay, one way or the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for all that information. I really appreciate that.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
Thanks, Toria.
Thank you.
See ya.
Well, they hand them to me because they said they won't. That's why I brought my friend.
The gun they won't. The shoes they should.
So how do I get the firearm? No,
It's an air rifle.
It's an air rifle that doesn't work. It's a family heirloom. It doesn't work. You don't need a license for it. It's an air rifle that doesn't work.
No,
that's
all
fine.
right.
That's fine. So who does it need to be? So why can't it be me? No, but why can't it be me though? Okay.
Just have to come up.
You've got my number now. Would you be able to find out and let me know? Because it's quite hard for me to get someone to do the 2-hour trip with me. Can you let me know if I can please pick it up myself?
Yeah, it needs to be someone else. As long as we know, we can arrange someone to come.
Can't. There's nobody. I've tried for a year now. Cool. And give us a call back. Yeah, I'll be there at lunchtime. Yeah.
Now, after we went in there, she was told that she, before actually we went in there, she was contacted and told that she would be able to come and collect it. But they weren't going to give it to her. Even though you don't need a firearms license for an air rifle, they weren't going to give it to her. That she had to bring someone else along, me. to collect it. Now, I don't have a firearms license either. Reasons being, I've never needed one. I'm not a violent person, and shooting isn't my thing. The only thing I ever do is target practice with air rifles. And you may remember, last year I got visited by 4 armed police just because they saw something like that barrel, or actually it wasn't that barrel, it was another air rifle, but they had that barrel, so they'd thought they'd come round and just check because I don't have a firearms license. They wanted to make sure I didn't. It's been an interesting day. At 9:30 this morning, I ended up having 4 armed police officers on my doorstep. They wanted to check that the rifle that appeared in the back of my video on maintaining my innocence was in fact an air gun.
Are you going to record this or? Always. Yeah, I know. Are you going to record this or?
Always.
Yeah, I know.
Are you going to record this or? Always. Yeah, I know.
That's cool.
Do you want to come over where I'm not standing on the step?
Yeah, no, that's
So,
So,
what's the story?
so what's transpired since then is a couple of things.
Yep.
So one is that so we've looked into that and we're going to talk to him about his behaviour.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's
You don't ring up people you don't know and threaten to kill them 3 times.
No.
Or send texts.
No.
That's classic textbook harassment. You look at the definition 2 or more times within 12 months.
Yep. So, but since then you've put something on YouTube, and there's just there's one part of that which is just has a little bit of. There's in the background. There's you allude to a gun behind you, a rifle.
Oh,
so you don't have a
slug rifle.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's what we want to find out. It's because you don't have a firearms license, but you're legally entitled to have a. As you know. Yeah. So we would like to just verify that that's a slug.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. No problem. So you might notice I comment, I don't want to hold you to a barrel of a gun, so I'm not actually threatening them. Anytime you want to come out and threaten to kill me, or try your best, I don't want to put you at the barrel of a gun or anything.
So we would like to just verify that that's a slug.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. No problem. So you might notice I comment, I don't want to hold you to a barrel of a gun, so I'm not actually threatening them. But at the same time, I'm not going to come and threaten everyone.
Let's have a look at the gun.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And that was up on your Yep. No, that's cool. No,
It just sits there.
it's what
I have rats running along, so I just shoot them.
But in this, yeah, that's cool. In this day and age, we've always got a we've got to ensure that everything's all good to go, and because
I'm not saying that.
you've kind of like because he's sort of he potentially could have come to your place with a head to get into a position where you felt that you did need to protect yourself.
I've actually had that happen in the past, and there's an old joke about that. You ring up the police and say there's someone walking around my property. I'm sorry, but no one can come. And then you ring it back and say it's all right. I just shot the prick. Take your time, and then you get surrounded. So at the end of the day, I'm not a violent guy. I'm not into violence, and I'm not going to have some guy.
But it just. I'm just warning you. I'm just warning you that is really treading on the fine line.
I'm well aware of the boundaries.
Okay. And that could even be seen as pushing that. But we're not going to take that any further.
Okay. You'd need legal basis to do that, wouldn't you? Yep. And you haven't. So you'd need legal basis to do that, wouldn't you? Yep. And you haven't. So
anyway, and also with we're going to warn Carl about his behaviour.
Don't make freaks to me, buddy. Will you? Would you like this call's recorded and we'll go to the police?
Think I give a fuck? I will kill you.
Go for it.
My fucking word.
We're going to warn Carl about his behaviour.
While you're here though,
Yeah.
I do have another question for you.
Okay.
Why armed?
Oh, because you've got a firearm at your house.
A slug gun.
Yeah. Well, we don't know
We
that.
didn't know that though, so
Yeah, it could
that's
be.
why we're
It
here
could
to
be.
confirm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool. I find it absolutely hysterical that some Australian comes over, shoots up the place, and you guys are all acting like this, you know, guarding mosques for a month. It's a complete waste of time. You know, you do know he committed terror attacks
Well,
in
with
the other
regards to
countries he was in.
your query about how your friend can go about getting his knives or whatever, his tools back.
Yeah. I mean, you know me, he's lucky. I'm not the type of guy that starts shit, but if it comes looking, I'm not the guy to back down. So.
All right, then.
All right, Mark.
But,
Thanks for your time.
Appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you, mate.
Thank you.
That one looks different. Oh, better get rid of the pistols too, eh? But I'll probably get another visit now. So it's in New Zealand, it's not illegal to possess or have or own an air rifle. So we went round there to Hawera Police, and then they changed their mind. They said it was part of an investigation, Operation Nuasa, perhaps. I don't know. But it's part of an investigation, and they would not release it to her. She did get her boots back a wee while later, but no, they would not give her back the rifle. Gave her some bullshit about open investigation. Anyway, so here's an update to this, because Paula's also been helping out another young family who's going through strife with Orangatamariki and their constant lies, and Brucey's got a lot to answer.
Paula Johnson here.
Hi, Paula.
They're telling me that I'm trespassed, but I'm...
until 6th of June next year.
No, sir. Can I please speak, sir? I was invited on, which makes it on the 18th of September, and I attended an FGC in this room this year in September, and an invite back onto the property makes the trespass null and void. I have explained that to you previously.
There is some confusion over the trespass thing.
Yes.
So my understanding is that you're not trespassing. So my understanding is that you're not trespassing. So my understanding is that you're not trespassing.
Good, that was my understanding as well. Thank you for clarifying that.
There is a little bit of disagreement between Orangatamariki and stuff like that.
But that's only because they don't understand the law,
Yeah.
sir.
All of a sudden, out of the blue, and this cop, I would like to point out to this cop that mullets are out, but this cop decides to show up because he just happened to be passing through. He mentions he's not aware of any notice. The notice was the notice to cease and desist that Paula and myself sent off to the police, also trespassing about 12 odd police officers from her property, which is probably why she hadn't seen this guy before, apart from the previous night. He showed up on the Wednesday trying to take some children, failed miserably. Then he showed up on the Thursday trying to say, you can come and pick up your gun.
Please explain to me, sir, why you have come to my property today. I didn't quite understand. Could you explain it again, please? So you want to return my gun to me, but you haven't brought it with you and you won't give it to me. But could you not have rung me to inform me of that? Why could you not ring and inform me of that?
Can you give me a person that I can...
Could you explain why you couldn't have, why you've had to come here? No, but I'd like you to explain why you couldn't ring me to tell me.
Either you can give me a person I can give it back to.
Yes, I will. I've been trying for a year now to get my gun back, and you told me it was a part of an operation and I couldn't have it. Is there any particular reason you couldn't have rung me and said it's now available? Why did you need to come here? I've sent a cease and desist from you guys attending my property unnecessarily. You have, because I emailed it.
I don't know anything about it.
You have, because I emailed it.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, well, can you explain why you couldn't have rung and informed me of this if you haven't brought the gun? It's a slug gun that doesn't work. I've asked you to stop coming to my property because it freaks me out.
I didn't know.
Kirk Stanger knows that. He's the one that said I couldn't have my gun. You've come here to tell me that I can't have my gun. I have to get someone else to pick it up, which I already knew. I have been in with somebody else and I was told I wasn't allowed my gun. And yet you could have rung me to tell me that I was allowed my gun, but you've come here yet again for the 10th time in less than 10 weeks. It's not okay. I'm having a night. You can't keep coming here. You could have rung to say I can now have my gun. You've been very civil. I appreciate that, sir.
Not quite true.
So could you explain why you couldn't have rung to tell me that I could send someone in to pick my gun up then?
No.
Well, you just said you couldn't ring me, so you must know why.
I don't know anything about the cease and desist order to not come in.
Okay. Could you explain why you couldn't have rung me to tell me my gun is now available and someone can come in and pick it up?
I'm in the area. I thought I'd call in and see if you can give me a name that I can return this firearm to.
Okay, well, could you go home and please go back to your station and ask one of your seniors why you haven't been notified of the cease and desist that I emailed 2.5 weeks ago? Thank you. And I will do my best to find someone to pick the gun up, but in my experience, most of the people, 100% of the people I've asked want nothing to do with you guys and they won't come in and get it. They don't want their name on the documents. And there's no reason I can't. If it's coming back to my house, it seems crazy you won't let me pick it up.
Well, all I know is what I've been told.
So I am allowed it at my house, but I'm not allowed to physically pick it up.
No, I said it has to be surrendered to somebody, not you.
Yes, but is there any conditions that once it's surrendered to somebody else, do they have to then own the gun, or can it come back to my son who it belongs to?
I'm not seeing any conditions on here.
So I'm allowed to bring the gun home once someone else picks it up? Yes, okay. Thank you very much. I will do my best to find somebody that will come to your station and pick my gun up. My non-working slug gun heirloom from my dead husband. Yes, it's this is for YouTube, so I just want to make it clear that people know what they're looking at. And you can't explain why you couldn't ring to tell me this, other than you were passing, so you thought you would pop in. Okay, thank you very much for that.
Why don't you pricks just put it in your police car and return it to her, you know? Or return it to someone she nominates if you don't want to have the gun anymore. You know, it's not like it works. But no, he shows up on the Thursday. He also shows up a third time the night after to another address and illegally helps kidnap 2 children, breaching court orders in the process and not delivering the children where they should have taken. But that's another matter, and I'm not going to release that information just yet, not until I get the nod from Paula. So, but as far as this one's concerned, it's just more of an update on the firearms and the air arms that Paula was trying to recover back in October. So I guess it's not under investigation anymore, is it, police? Because now you're saying you can come and get it, but they still won't release it to her. Oh no, it has to be given to someone else, even though it's her property, and doesn't fucking work. New Year's is coming, guys, 4 days. So for New Year's, I wish you all an awesome time. Don't go out there and drink, drive, or do anything stupid like that. But remember, the family and your children are the most important things in this world. You know, to procreate is the meaning of life. People say, what's the meaning of life? Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's to procreate and share knowledge. Pass it on, so to speak. It's probably why I make so many videos. I mean, sooner or later I'm going to be dead, and people can pick up from where I left off. I certainly know that my children are a hell of a lot more wiser than most people out there, and they have no fear. So yeah, moving on. So Happy New Year's. Just an update on what's happening with Paula and the air rifle. I don't think there'll be an issue releasing this. So yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's, guys, and I will catch up with you. I am going to be shooting down south. I've got family matters to attend to. It certainly isn't going to be a break for me. I've got to go down and do a lot of repairs and help out my sister, who's currently being driven up the wall by my mother and the other antics. So yeah, New Zealand police are going to be getting audited too when I go down there. So just Miriam and Paul and all the rest of them have something to look forward to. And don't worry, that will be coming up soon. See you later, guys. Much love to you all. I hope you all had an awesome Christmas, and please, for the New Year's, just get smarter. Don't be stupid. Just use your brain. Alright, guys? Much love. Bye.